Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024. You know, I'm really happy to be here with all of you. We have a lot to talk about. Post-market wrap-up. I got this. This is a disaster over here. That's okay. We're going to talk about a lot of things here. Some of it not really so good here, but again, I don't think it's going to surprise anyone that follows this blog. Unfortunately, the phenomenon, it really is a phenomenon that we're witnessing here is just an incredible thing. And it really, I know I'm preaching to the choir here. I get it for the most part. We're getting a lot of new people here, but for the most part, I think all of you guys and girls get it. We're being systematically destroyed. The economies of the world are cratering at their fastest pace ever on record. Ever. We've never seen it, but we're being told how great everything is. It's kind of interesting. Let's talk about today just real quick. First of all, the market did finish higher. I mean, fractionally across the board. There's nothing really going on here in the debt market. A little bump higher in the 10-year yield, nothing crazy. A little dollar strength. That's a little fear as to what may happen with more than likely, of course. I would say it's absolutely going to. I'm talking about this increasing. Now that the market closed, we'll see. You know, usually these things are done after market hours or announced to the market. They have a new MO here. Have you seen how that works? As you all know, when they pull off these, military events here, murdering people around the world or whatever it might be, generally it's on off-market hours. Now their new thing is they announce it first. Did you see what they did? Just prior to the attack here, or the Iranian supposed attack on Israel here, what did they do? They announced it multiple times. It's imminent. It's coming. Get ready for it. And then, of course, it did. That was a message to the market. Don't worry. It's going to happen. Just take it easy. Of course, that's how it works. The market, the illusion here must be maintained. Nothing else matters. Thanks, Mitch. You understand? And that, again, there's nothing that's going to stop it. Okay, expanding war, death, pain, an economy in free fall, whatever it is. It's all about easy money right now. Currency devaluation, freaking artificially suppressed rates, and that's all the market cares about. And you know that. The faster the global economy comes down, and I think the United States, we are really close to it's already melting down, period. Okay, but we're waiting for a moment here where just the stuff is going to go wild. And I think that's going to be after the selection. Again, they're not going to disturb it. You're not going to know what's happening. You're going to be told how great everything is. It's phenomenal. It's perfect. And then, people look at their investment plans. They love it. It's beautiful. They get all orgasmic over it. And, nothing else matters. But anyway, look. So we got this horrible jobs report today. And on the back of that, this is a headline here. So workers are quitting at their lowest rate since the pandemic. Oh, yeah, I can't say a scamdemic, as jobs are getting harder to find. It's just over here. Let us move forward. We have so much to talk about, people. So with regard to commodities, people, you and I, we know where to go. We've been talking about this forever. These are real things. It's not going to stop. You need exposure here. I can't say this another way. I can make it easier for you. I tell you which ones I like. My favorite of all time. I put out 10 about newsletters with several different exchange traded funds you may want to get into if you, for some reason, want a wider exposure to commodities here. So take advantage of my free newsletter. Again, link in description of this video here. Commodities are the place to be. You all know that. Obviously, on the back of just read that. I mean, come on, man. It's an incredible thing. We got Brent crude surging higher on the back of all this here. Another lovely headline for you. Now, let us move forward with regard to a bunch of stuff, and then we're going to talk about the death spiral here. And we all know what's going on here with regard to the dollar and the U.S. economy, what's coming out of Kamala's mouth, what's coming out of Trump's mouth. They're going to save it all. Can't be saved. It's an impossibility. What they're going to do is find ways to throw more cash at it. And we'll talk more about that too. Imagine, every crisis, and it's a crisis to crisis to crisis mechanism, is going to require vast amounts of cash to be thrown at it. And that's what we're going to see more of here. We're going to be told how tariffs are the way to go. And that's going to pay for things, which, it just doesn't happen. You want to talk about that real quick? All right, look, man. You know how politicians hate to be fact checked, because what they tell you is generally a gross distortion of the truth. I want you to fact check me. When Greg says something that hits you the wrong way or confuses you, just open up another search engine while you're here, so you can throw it in my face. Greg, you're wrong. Charles, thank you. I'm offering you to do that. Open up another search engine right now, so when I tell you something, you could verify it right there on the spot. To say, hey, Greg, guess what? I just tried to check this out, and you're wrong. You're a liar. Whatever you want to call me. But if we're being sold the same story. First of all, with regard to Kamala, all right, her thing is, let's just throw cash at this and let's throw cash at that, and it's going to fix everything. With Trump, it's kind of a little bit of a different twist. He's like, well, these tariffs, and we heard that last night in the clown show debate. The tariffs are going to pay for this. The tariffs are going to pay for that. If you recall, tariff man, okay, when Trump started instituting his tariffs here, he said specifically that the deficit, these were going to pay for the deficit. What happened to the deficit? Open up your search engine, open it up so you can verify what I'm going to say. The deficit hyper ballooned, polar opposite of what we were told. Now, just in case you don't know, Biden here did keep some of Trump's tariffs, the Chinese exports tariffs. So what ended up happening here, and again, then verify this yourself, all right? Don't take my word for it again. Trump instituted his tariffs. The trade deficit ballooned, polar opposite of what we were told it would do. Those tariffs were going to pay for it. Obviously, it didn't happen. We're being told the same thing now. That's why I'm bringing this up. Kamala's plan is throw cash at it. Trump's plan is, okay, the tariffs are going to pay for everything. It's not going to happen. There's no saving this, whether you're going to throw oceans of cash at something or you're going to tell people that tariffs are going to work, because they're not going to. Okay, they didn't work last time. We were promised that it would, didn't. Now, again, Biden, what did Biden do? Okay, so Biden did keep Trump's tariffs on Chinese exports, imports to us. Okay, who pays the import tax? I wonder. Yeah, businesses pay for those import taxes, or it gets passed through to you. You understand? You're not supposed to know this stuff, but that's the way it works. I'm sorry to tell you. Now, again, going back to what I was trying to say. So Biden did keep some of the tariffs, got rid of a whole bunch, and what happened? What happened? The trade deficit started to shrink. But what happened further on here? As a matter of fact, this is in 23, I believe. Maybe it was end of 22. Biden started secretly, in case you don't know, implementing some tariffs that Trump had that he took away. And do you know what the effect of that was? I'm going to give you one guess. The trade deficit widened. What does that tell you about tariffs? When you hear Trump, Vance, whoever, telling you that these are going to pay for something, laugh your freaking rear end off, because it didn't work last time. It's not going to work now. Now, if we go to Kamala, what does she want to do? You know what? I actually have something for you. Here we go. This is here. Harris outlines a $100 billion manufacturing plan. Look, manufacturing here in the United States, in case you don't know, it's falling through the floor. Factory activity. Now, why? What's really going on here? Nobody wants our products. You can bring back all the manufacturing around the world. Bring it all back here to the United States. People are going to turn the other way. They're done with this U.S., we're the greatest country in the world nonsense. We've been exporting our inflation to the rest of the world here for decades and decades and decades. Now, what's the world doing? They're turning their back on the dollar. They're turning their back on U.S. products. You think tariffs or Harris's plan here, this is just going to change it all? Oh, yes. We're going to all of a sudden become the beacon of light for the world. No, we're the laughing stock of the world here. And no amount of bringing back manufacturing here to the United States is going to change anything. You think you're getting your jobs back? The world economy is contracting at its fastest pace ever. You're not allowed to know that. That includes right here in the United States. Okay. So you're going to hear, let's throw cash at this. That's I guess Harris's plan. Or let's reinstitute tariffs, which clearly don't work. Okay, but let's try it again because last time I promised you, I'm Trump right now. I promised you it was going to work. I don't know how to do Trump. I never did him before. Didn't work, but I'm going to tell you the same thing because they didn't work last time. You were too stupid to realize it, but I'm going to tell you. And then Biden, I said, what did he do? He took away most of Trump's tariffs. All of a sudden, trade deficit got smaller. Then he started re-implementing them again, and guess what? Trade deficit got wider. They don't work. All right, you're going to be sold all kinds of nonsense and garbage and propaganda. Did anyone verify what I said? Is it true? Oh, guess what? It is true. You can't make this stuff up. You can't do it. It's an impossibility. Now, look, I just want to bring this to your attention. It's exactly what you would expect to see. So we're hearing more about this stuff here. Trump and this guy, Dave Ramsey, are talking about inflation and stuff like that. The entire article, there's not one mention at all about dollar devaluation, artificially suppressed rates, what the Fed is doing. It's all the blame on Biden and Kamala, of course. You cannot be told the truth here. What I wrote here is both of these, Kamala and Trump, are agents of the Federal Reserve. They are working to make sure the Fed looks squeaky clean, okay? Help the Fed fulfill their goal. That is, of course, right out of their own mouths. What are they promising you? We promise you lower rates, and that's going to help you. Let me explain this to you in case you're new here, all right? How many of you have been with me, well, I don't know, over the past few months? I've been telling you what the two, and there are only two. Open up your search engine so you could verify Greg Mannarino here, okay? Because you might want to do that. There are two basic fundamental truths in economics and finance. I've told you this a million times. And these are the solutions. What I'm about to say, these two factors, again, the fundamental keys to a strong economy come down to just a stronger currency. To have a strong economy, you need a strong currency. What a concept. Who would have thought of something like that? Did it come from the divine? No, this is economics 101. And then the second part is you need a corresponding rate to high enough to keep the currency strong. You can't separate the two. So whenever you hear again this kind of nonsense with no mention of the Federal Reserve, you understand that an agent of the Federal Reserve, obviously Harris, an agent of the Federal Reserve, because where does this $100 billion come from? Where does any of this cash come from that they want to fund this and fund that and put up walls or whatever? Mexico was supposed to pay for all that. Didn't work out. But, come on, man. Anything they want to do requires cash. We don't have it. We are broke. There's no stash of cash anywhere. No, there is not. Okay. They gotta. Hey, listen, Powell, Fed chair. Yeah, listen, this is whoever I am now sitting behind the Resolute desk. I've just become selected as president. As you know, you helped select me. Thank you. Listen, we don't got any cash, and I need another 100 billion. I need 100 billion real quick. Yeah, because I made a promise that we were going to bring manufacturing back to the United. You don't laugh, Powell. Stop laughing at me. I know, I got them to buy it. They believe it. I don't know. This is Donald Trump here. Powell, listen, I'm going to institute these tariffs. I know, they bought it. They bought it again. Didn't work last time, but they're buying it again, sir. Worshipful sir, whoever you might be, because that's who they're answer to. The president doesn't run anything. You understand what I'm saying here? Come on, man. But that's all the cash comes from there. Okay, to fill deficits and debts and everything, the Fed is more than willing to lend, and the world is frankly sick of it. They're done. The dollar, come on, man, this is a no-brainer. People don't want anything to do with the United States or the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar is a dying asset. I've been telling you for the longest time. It's going to sweep the globe first and hit us last. It's exactly what's going on. Although central banks here are in a race to the freaking bottom to wipe us all out, to institute their new plan. People, does this sound about right to you? You can't make this stuff up, man. So again, look, all the talk about bringing manufacturing, we're going to create jobs. You know how you create jobs? Again, the two fundamental factors to build the economy, a stronger currency. Let me prove this to the new people here. I know this is a review for some of you, but let's just go over that real quick. Let's look back Just 30 years. 30 stinking years ago. Most of you were probably alive 30 years ago. Most of you. The currency had much more purchasing power. Rates 30 years ago were way higher than they are now. The economy was prosperous. You want to go back even earlier than that, when the dollar was even stronger and rates were even higher? We were more prosperous. You build the economy that way. You want to destroy an economy? You promise people lower rates, which means a weaker currency. Yes, I'm Kamala. I stole that from Trump because Trump said it first, and Trump was right because I don't know anything about the economy. I guess Trump does, but he did say tariffs were going to help the deficit, and all it did was balloon it. So maybe he was wrong, but I don't know. But it sounds like a good idea to me. Come on. I dare you. I dare a single person here to make this stuff up. You can't do it, man. It's insanity. It's absolute insanity. But that's where we're at. I mean, it's absolutely freaking crazy. Look, man, I'll tell you something that I found very, very disturbing. Very disturbing. I put out a video maybe 4 or 5 days ago. In the title, it said, there are solutions to these problems. That video was the poorest performing video I have done all year. People do not want solutions. What people want is to be lied to. They want to be told that we're going to throw hundreds of billions of dollars at a situation they cannot possibly fix with any amount of cash. 100 billion? Sure. The Fed would be more than happy to create this out of nothing, but this wouldn't even be, it's not going to make any difference. I don't care if this was 100 trillion. You understand? Bringing back manufacturing here in the United States, and it's going to bring back your job. All this is going to do is devalue the currency, quite obviously, make your life harder. And there's no way this is going to do a damn thing. Or with Trump's plan with tariffs, and he wants to bring manufacturing back, and people everywhere around the world, they're going to want our products. They're going to want American products again. I know they are. Does that even sound right to you? Because it doesn't. You know it doesn't sound right because it ain't right. All right. The global economy contracting here, jobs that have been lost that you're being promised by that Kamala's going to bring back and Trump's going to bring back, they're gone. They're not coming back. What's going to happen here, obviously, is the deterioration of the global economy, which includes right here in the United States, is going to get even worse. Currency devaluation, artificially suppressed rates. Doesn't help you. Did you find it interesting at all that during the Trump-Kamala debate, or the Waltz, can't say this guy's name right, whatever it is, thing, him, and thing two, Vance, not one question. Again, about monetary policy, the Federal Reserve, interest rates, why their bosses, last night, their bosses are promising lower rates, and it's going to help you. Not one question. Nothing. Huh. But again, man, as I said, you can't make this stuff up. Nothing can stop the downfall here of the world economy. And let me tell you something, okay, in case you don't know this already, and maybe you do. Your standard of living is deteriorating. It will continue to do so here more rapidly. So let me explain something else to you. What we're seeing here, okay, when you hear, again, this is a joke, and the joke is on you. When you hear this kind of talk, and it's a blame game, without any mention of who actually runs the system, the monetary system, who's responsible for inflation, and why we're seeing it now. It's a nice talking point from Trump and from Vance, and they might know the truth, but they can't tell you the truth. Again, the effect of inflation, okay? The last three presidents, the best friends to the Fed in the history of the United States with regard to presidents, okay? Ballooning debt on an unprecedented scale, buys a lot of illusion. Look at the stock market, higher, 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 higher. I got something else to talk to you about real quick about that, just so hold that thought. But again, when you have a dead economy, you can create vast amounts of cash, work with the Fed in this case. Obama did it. Trump did it to an even greater degree in a shorter amount of time. And then Biden, of course, carried that on. Okay. It takes a long time for those extra bills. And they knew it too. to make its way through the economy. Biden was hoping, because I don't even know what the guy knows. Maybe in his heyday, he understood economics and finance. Unfortunately, the guy is older. His brain's starting to deteriorate. I don't know what these people know or they don't know, but it's just too basic to understanding. Create all this cash. There's no immediate effect of inflation. It can take years. And when you have an economy that's contracting like we've had all through Obama, all through Trump, you thought the economy was strong under Trump and there was no inflation, right? There was no inflation because, again, all those bills had yet to make their way through the economy. Now they are. Biden was hoping it was not going to happen, maybe on whoever the next freak is going to be. But again, there's a lag effect here. And the slower the economy is, the longer that takes for all those extra bills to make their way to you. People, this is such basic stuff here. Again, I find it very hard to believe that Trump doesn't know this. Vance doesn't know this. Kamala, I don't know what she knows, and Waltz, I don't know. He likes to teach, and I love teachers are the best people in the world, but I don't know what he knows with regard to economics and finance. I don't know. With regard to economic and finance, I would have to give this to Trump and Vance, but that even maybe makes it actually even worse. Yeah, I know, Mitch. I heard about this. Bank of America, people. I've been telling you guys to run from this institution for I don't know how freaking long. Bank of America, I believe, is being set up as a scapegoat. I've been telling you this for, I don't know, years, maybe at least a year to two. Get out of there, man. This institution that they need a sacrificial lamb. I think Bank of America is being set up for that. Anyway, look, going back to what I was saying, the fact that, again, you cannot be told the truth about, again, how inflation works, how it takes a while to work its way through the economy, why we're seeing it now. You and I called this 10 years ago. I said there was going to eventually be a time where all these extra bills were going to start chasing the same amount of goods that they were creating under Obama. Okay. Here we are now, but no one's can tell you the truth. Again, they're going to tell you this, throw hundreds of billions of dollars at this. Let's do tariffs again. Let's do the same thing like Romper Room, because if we do the same thing we did last time, it's going to work this time, even though it didn't work last time. But I'm going to tell the people it's going to work because they're too stupid to know it didn't work last time, because they won't open up a search engine and check the facts with regard to trade deficits, man. You're being preyed upon. These people, Trump, Harris, Vance, Waltz, whatever the freak his name is, they're preying on you because they think you are stupid. They don't know you follow this blog, because I guarantee you, everyone that follows this blog is laughing. They're laughing. You watch these debates and you listen for things. The silence is deafening. Of course, it's a clown show. It's a clown show. There's no difference than watching, I don't know, a sitcom. And the lies, the deceptions. Does this all sound familiar to you? We went over at the end of last year. Check my videos at the end of last year. I said the lies, the deceptions, the distractions, we're going to get a lot worse. I also said debts and deficits were going to get a lot worse too. Oh, wow. Imagine the economy was going to slow down. Wow, that too. It's too easy, man, to put this stuff together. If you understand the market at all, finance, economics, even at a very basic level, you can sit back and laugh at all this. If you understand this to degree that you do, because you follow this blog, Flash News Alert, thank you. Exactly, that too. Then what this does to you is probably what the same thing that it does to me. It drives me insane here. Honestly, but that's okay, because you and I have been taking action. We're going to continue to take action. Tom is saying insanity, repeating the same thing from yesterday. Yeah, that's what they do. If you're referring to me, I only cover the markets and finance, dude. So if you need to be entertained, maybe you need to go to House of Your Repute or something along those lines. I'm not here to entertain anyone, although I get a little zany from time to time. Again, this is a channel for people of action. Okay, all of you are able to understand what's happening, why it's happening. You're taking it in and you're doing something about it. You understand? It's a beautiful thing. I love to be, again, the daddy, to lay this stuff out, explain these things to you. None of this stuff surprises anyone. Now look, before I let you go, and I know this is getting kind of long here, the S&P 500 has almost never been this expensive. Nothing matters anymore. We've surpassed the 29 levels. We've surpassed any level of the market. There's no connection here to reality. The fact of the matter is, look, man, you all know this. It's oceans of money. It's easy money that's propping this all up. Why are we seeing this? I explained this to you. It's a multiple expansion cycle. What does that mean? When Greg says multiple expansion cycle, what I mean is investors sell more to myself. Thank you. Yes, you do. You know what this means. When you hear me or you're flipping channels and you hear about a multiple expansion cycle, you're not going to hear this stuff. In fact, I can't remember the last time I heard someone admit this, what I'm telling you right now on CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, or anything else here. They say, if they say something like that, first of all, people would not know what it meant. Most people wouldn't. Investors would. Most of you here are, I would assume, understand this to a certain degree. But what it means when you have a multiple expansion cycle, because of easy money, investors are willing to pay more to own shares of stock in any company. That's called a multiple expansion. And the more easy money pumped into the system, not only does it open up that doorway for cash to make its way into risk assets, and you know this because you've been talking about it since time immemorial, the side effect of that is multiple expansion. So yes, this is no secret. Everybody here understands that this market is so overvalued. There's nothing, we've never seen this before. But if you, I mean, you could look at this from another perspective. Let's look at this from another perspective. Priced in devalue. If you look at the stock market, okay, the U.S. stock market, okay, in aggregate, Dow Jones, all the major indices, okay, you look at them all and you say how lovely they are. Okay, now if you price it, they're obviously priced in dollars. Now the dollar is getting decimated along with other central bank issued currencies. You can see why you're getting this effect, this multiple expansion effect. It's too easy to understand. Again, very basic concepts here. But again, what does this mean? If we realize the driver is global debt, central banks here inflating on a scale we've never seen before, puppets promising you lower rates, which means, of course, more easy money, which means currency devaluation, which means artificially suppressed rates, multiple expansions, the illusion of the market. You understand? The economy, we could stop the economy like they did last time during COVID. What did the market do? It went higher. Do you know, if you've been with me since through COVID, I may have been, I don't know who else said it, and maybe you guys and girls can tell me. I came out publicly and said, get long COVID. COVID. I said, get long, meaning the market's going to go up. Greg, you are wrong. You're leading your people to the slaughter. This market's going to crash. I think I nailed it to the wall because we understood what was going on. What happened during COVID? Trillions of dollars were pumped into the system. 3.6 trillion, as a matter of fact, just here in the United States alone. The effect of that obviously boosted the market. Stephen, thank you. But you guys and girls, are we on the same page here? I think we are. But what this does, having awareness of all this, makes it very simple for you and I to understand what the right courses of action are. Now, again, when you hear Kamala talking about throwing hundreds of billions of dollars over here, when you hear Trump promising you this time, Trump will never tell you, neither will Vance, that last time, although we were promised that the tariffs were going to reduce the deficit ballooned. You can't be told that. Again, it's a lie by omission. Makes sense to you? Obviously, they're not going to work. There's no saving this. The world doesn't want our product. Like I said, you bring back take every manufacturing company on the planet and plant them here in the United States. No one wants our products anyway. No one wants our dollars. Does this make sense to you? And would you believe, again, the United States does not stand alone. And the world is coming apart. Again, war, expanding war, and whatever else they want to throw at us, and they're not done. All of deception, all of distraction, again, the blame game. And they're going to be used war and everything else to tell you, well, you know, whoever is selected here as president, and let's say it's Trump, and the tariffs don't work, he could blame it on war. Let's say it's Harris, and we've just thrown billions, hundreds of billions to bring back manufacturing, but it's not working. And inflation continues to rise, but it's the war. It's a scapegoat, man. They're setting us up. But you and I, we're not falling for that nonsense. We never will. We're too smart. Now, with regard going back to this, I understand that this market's hypervalued. This doesn't make any sense. What am I telling people to do? Get longer. Buy the market. Because what do we understand is going to happen? The tsunami, and I can't even stress this enough, the tsunami of easy money that the Fed has already promised, again, not just for this year, but all through next year. The Fed's going to pump and pump and pump and pump. What is that going to do? It's going to foster, again, a multiple expansion cycle in the market. Stocks go up. The faster the economy contracts, the higher the market's going to go. Does this make sense to you? And what this allows us to do, understanding this mechanism and that debt is going to vastly inflate from here, what do you want to do about it? You want to get out of central bank issued currencies? Duh. No brainer, right? You want to get into commodities? Duh. All right. I don't know. I think I had it here somewhere. Where is that thing? Yeah. Commodities. These people are way late to the party here. You and I have been talking about commodities for over a decade now. Silver, my favorite asset of all time. It gives you and me more opportunity here to acquire these assets on, I'm joking, fire sale prices. I mean, this is a no-brainer, man. This is a no-brainer. It's too easy. And I've been telling all you guys and girls out here, it's too easy. They've made it so easy. Do you realize something else? Let me just let you know another little secret. Despite the fact that this illusion has been maintained with regard to the market, under Obama, under Trump, under Biden, we have seen more millionaires and billionaires be created than any other time in history. You think that's just by accident as well? The creation of new money, easy money, central banks doing what they're doing now, what Camel is promises you lower rates, what Trump is promising you. This, of course, all of it is designed to help the 1% and 2%ers. They're the closest to the money. They benefit from the production, the creation of easy money. The rest of us, we get decimated. Now, we're already getting hit with this wave of inflation. What we're about to see, they want to make sure we're dead. Okay. It's going to take a long time for all this new cash to make its way. So we'll get this first wave, which we're starting to see now, and another wave is coming. Now, we don't know how long that wave is going to be. I believe it's going to take a very long time. It may even take beyond whoever is selected as the next president to hit us. But we're going to get hit again. I don't think we're going to make it that far. I do not think, in fact, I could say with an extremely high probability, we're not going to make it that far. All right. What's going to happen here is the system is being, again, deliberately deconstructed piece by piece. We're being eliminated. We're being exterminated by the same policies that both Kamala and Trump are promising are going to save us all. Make it up, man. Make any of this stuff up. This is a kind of a long video. I really covered a lot here with all of you. But again, if you do subscribe here, and I hope, I get a lot of people that watch these videos but don't subscribe. I don't understand that. Subscribe here and then hit that little notification bell. You'll get notified when the live streams come out. You'll get notified when my videos come out. I am determined. Nothing is going to stop this guy. Nothing at all. I don't care. From keeping you all in the know, from allowing you to understand what's happening, why it's happening, and what to do about it. But again, people don't want solutions. You do, as a person that follows this blog. We want solutions. There won't be any of them. Economy. There you go. Undercover gargoyle. I love that. That's a gargoyle over there, Christine Gargoyle. Nice to have you back. Congress, we're being conned. This entire thing is a con job. You all know that. We've been well aware of this. People, come on, man. It's too simple. Anyway, look, man, I think we're going to get going over here. Do you guys and girls want me to cover anything before we go? Where's the crash? If you can't see the crash, RD, no one can help you. Market's going higher. The faster the global economy comes down and it's cratering, the higher the market's going to go. The crash in the market is probably a while off. We're going to keep our eye on the MMRI. Again, Mannarino Market Risk Indicator, free to everybody. It's 100% free. Link in description of this video. We're going to watch risk. Risk is the drive. Well, risk, debt, the debt market. The MMRI looks at risk in the market based on action in the debt market. You all know that. But keeping our eye on that. We're waiting for the spike. There's going to be a moment here with this, again, of their choosing, debt market meltdown. Debt market meltdown means rates are going to spike in an uncontrolled fashion, and no matter what they do, they're not going to try to stop it. They're going to allow it to happen. This is going to, again, lock up the system. We're in a full-blown liquidity crisis. Madison, thank you so much. Please shave. I'm looking like a lion here. Anyway. So anyway, spiking here, going to crush the stock markets of the world. Cash is just going to move, man. It doesn't grow little money wings and fly away to money heaven. No. Moves from one set of assets into another. It's going to go into commodities. And yes, I still believe cryptocurrencies in a massive way. Why? Because of the market cap. I mean, it's too simple. Understand? All right. Anyway, thank you, Lava. Yes, Alan, you're watching this stuff, Bank of America. I'm telling you, people, take what I say and verify it. Okay, everything I say, Vance didn't want to be verified, Waltz didn't want to be verified because they know they're distorting the truth. They believe they're talking to morons. And for the most part, they are. The general population have been so dumbed down. What have I been telling you for years? They cannot walk or chew gum at the same time. They have no idea what's happening or why it's happening to them. They look for some entity here, a Kamala or a Trump, to tell them. They have to be told. They must be told by an authority figure or someone that maybe has an agenda, what's really happening. And then, of course, it becomes gospel truth, literally. People they don't know. It's so simple today to just do your own research. People don't want to do it. They just are willing to take the word of somebody else. Don't take my word on anything. Verify everything I say. Post it. Greg was wrong here. Greg lied about this. Blah, blah. Just do it. Tell everyone. Honestly. And I want people to look up what I say. I want people to verify what I say. Because it's true. I don't know what else to say, man. Anyway. People, I think we're going to call it out here. We really did cover a lot. And I'm really happy to be here with all of you. And at least put this stuff together in a way that is coherent, understandable, easy to understand, and people being wiped out, man. They don't understand what's happened to them. They have no idea, and that's part of the mechanism here. It's always the same story, and then when the real big one eventually hits, people don't know why. Every single stock market crash, it's always the same story. I lost my entire life savings. I got wiped out. But I was told we're strong. The economy's booming. I was told that tariffs were going to help. I was told that hundreds of billions of dollars, throwing it into whatever they want, it was going to help. It doesn't help. What we are in is absolutely irreversible. And not only is it irreversible, it's not meant to be reversed. If we now have two puppets, okay, Trump, Kamala, colluding directly with the Fed, promising you lower rates, which was the Fed's doing. The Fed is our enemy. If we have both of these puppets who is pushing the Fed's agenda here, obviously to inflate, whatever they got to do here, how are they on our side? They're not on our side. It should be very, very simple to understand this here. They're going to tell you a whole bunch of told stories like about how they're going to bring jobs back and everything else. It's not happening. The jobs are gone. They're not coming back. The economy of the world, including the U.S., it's over. Okay, now we're waiting for the eventual end. And we know we're there because we can see what central banks are doing in real time, vastly inflating the global money supply. At the same time, the economy is contracting. How does that work? Again, it's a vicious cycle. The currency becomes devalued. Now it takes more of the currency to buy anything, so they have to increase. And what does that do? By increasing the money supply, which is the units of debt, obviously, it makes central banks stronger. Central banks have one product. It's debt. The more debt they issue, whether in the form of currency or taking the currency that they create out of nothing and then buy debt with it or monetize it, they get even stronger. They got us by the throat and by the gonads. I think I could say gonads. Someone has suggested that. Anyway, it's crazy, man. It's crazy what we're seeing. But I'm happy to say that we don't have to change anything. We're going to stay on target. We're not going to deviate whatsoever from what we're doing. And we got each other's backs always, which makes us invincible. Understand? Anyway, with that said, I'm going to let you all go. People, thanks for being here. We got to do something about those thumbs up. Please share this stuff. People, I really want you to comment. Those comments are very important. It allows the algorithms to pick it up. The thumbs up are very important. Let the trolls comment. Play with them. Do what I do. They can't control themselves. They have no self-control. Look at what I do. Read through the comments. I see a troll. I bait them, and they fall for it. I have not yet not one time, see, when I bait a troll, they respond. I bait them again, they respond. I bait them again, they respond. Bah, 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 bah. Take advantage of that. All right. Bait them. Their brain dead. They don't know what to do with themselves. So have some fun. That's how I entertain myself. Yes, it's come down to that. This guy, from my heart, loves all of you. I hope you got something out of this video. If so, let me know. Greg, I got nothing out of your video. Greg, you know what? I learned something today. I really do want to hear from you on that. All right. I will see you all in the morning as usual. We're going to get it together. We're going to laugh. We're going to have some fun. We'll expose this whole freaking freak show for what it is. And hopefully we'll get some more lions here. We're getting a lot of new lions lately. And we welcome lions here. We don't want the wannabe lions, the lions who dabble in being lions. We want lions. And of course, those lionesses here. Right, Magic Mika? You're one. Lava's one too. Love my ladies, man. Love my dudes too. I don't go that way, if you get my drift. But that's all, man. People, we are going to see each other in the morning as usual. And until we meet again, please take care of yourselves and each other. All right.